Hey guys, next topic for today. This is my new motorcycle lift. I kind of feel like one of those guys, what do they say, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So I fit that description to a T, I think. Earlier last year, well, in the summer, early summer last year, I sold my motorcycle lift because I was like, you know what, I'm never going to need another motorcycle lift. I don't do those kinds of projects anymore, and I'm just content with what I have, and things are good. Here we are, another year. And now we've got 3 bikes and a ton of projects that need to get worked on. And I was like, you know, I can't believe it, but I need another lift. Lifts are a lot more expensive than when I bought my first one in 2003. Back when I lived in Chicago, I bought a lift in 2003. I remember picking it up at a shipping freight depot. It was my first experience going to a freight depot. And got that home and set it up in the garage and built my first chopper, which, you know, you've heard me babble on and on about before, and, you know, it's kind of like the whatever that got away, killing whatever bug that is. So anyway, this one's a little bit better than my last one, and it should be because it's like twice the price, and I'll put it in the link because it's still the best. This one's the best value right now. Based on what I've seen, what I shop for. This has a foot pedal for up and down. It's air powered. Some of the ones you'll see out there right now seem to have like a foot air compressor pedal that you would have to, you know, I don't see how that would work in any kind of timely fashion. So this one's a little bit better. It does come with its own extra jack as well, so you can lift the rear tire off the platform. This one is obviously the narrow part over here, which I can't show you because my other video camera battery is dead, but I guess I could turn this one that way, but it also comes with the extra side ramps so that when you get up on there you can actually put your feet down. You know, I've watched some videos of some guys making that mistake, right? Trying to get up on their ramp or on their lift and can't put your feet down and you fall over, and that would be a disaster. So anyway, long story short, I'll tell you a little bit about this as I go. Just got this moved in. It came in a wooden crate. You know, obviously it's made in China. Came in a wooden crate. It was packed really well. I just got the front tire holder here attached. It does have 2 adjustments. You can adjust how much forward and back the front tire goes into the holding clamp, if you will, and then this is the crank to hold the tire itself. So that's where that is back here. You can actually see almost on camera that there's a back panel that comes off as well, so that you can gain access underneath underneath anything, depending on how you position the bike there. If you've got it off the ground and you want to turn the rear tire or whatnot. So the only complaint I have so far is the air hose is more of a, I don't even know what style to call this. It uses compression fittings. It doesn't use like this typical NPT style connectors that we normally have on all of our air tools or anything like that. These are like plastic compression fittings. I did order some adapters to try and convert from this tube here, because I didn't want to take this all apart and figure out what's in here, and convert it over to, you know, regular American type fittings, and hopefully what I bought will work, and I'll post that in the description as well. But I'm going to try and put this thing together, and I will get back with you as soon as I have an update. Alright, so hey guys, much to my chagrin, I was not able to just buy an adapter that would enable me to utilize the existing tubing that was attached to this and adapt it over to just, I don't know if they're really SAE fittings or NPT or what they are, but 1/4 inch 3/8, none of those seem to fit. What I had to do, and I'll bring the camera over here in a second, I had to put on a coupler, a 1/4 inch NPT coupler, and then a 1/4 inch female NPT threaded coupler, to just a regular adapter that usually you put on your any of your air tools. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I did have to remove the the housing from the pedal assembly, which of course I didn't want to do, but I didn't have a choice. So here's what that looks like. Obviously put a ton of Teflon tape on there. I'm not going to work on it. Hopefully I won't have to work on that ever again, but hopefully we'll just be able to get the housing notch to fit over this, and everything will just work out. So fingers crossed there, but that's sort of where we're at. I wish this would have been easier to just adapt over, but I'm not even sure. I mean, when you look at this, how many, it doesn't even say how many PSI. Oh, by the way, let's talk about the obvious, or the not so obvious, the thing that is forcing us to do all these different steps. Put this back up here on the tripod. Hello. No instructions. I did ask the seller for instructions. I haven't heard back yet. I did ask on Friday, so hopefully he gets back to me. I know he's probably in China just based on his name. So this is Sunday evening, early evening. So it should be, I believe, Monday morning in China already. So hopefully this works. The other thing I should mention is when this all comes together, it's 750 pounds, they said on the shipping label. So this isn't something you're just going to get off your trailer by yourself or with your wife. I had to use the Branson tractor. I have a whole 4-chain with hooks assembly that I was able to connect to the bucket and pick it up. Now technically that's way overweight for the Branson as well. So what I actually had to do was unload all those ramp pieces and everything that was extra. I took out of the crate first by hand, and then the main unit, the actual table itself with the air ram and everything, which is the heaviest component, the tractor was able to pick that up. I think it was pretty close though. Anyway, just something to be careful of, aware of. It's not something you're going to do with, I mean, if you got a lot of friends, maybe, 4, 6 guys or younger guys with a better back than mine, you might pull it off. But otherwise, I would defer to finding some mechanical method, a forklift, an engine hoist, something along those lines. I do have a gantry, which I thought I might have to use as well if the tractor couldn't pick it up. But we got lucky and the tractor worked out very, very well. So I will get back with you when I get to the next steps here and see. All right, so hey guys, following back up on the bike lift. I will tell you that this project took a lot longer than I expected, but that had nothing to do with the lift. It was all me and the weather and issues. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that the assembly of the whole lift went really well. I think it's a worthwhile product. Obviously, I'll put the link in the description. But I did want to tell you that it did not come with instructions, and so I had to use a little, common sense and do a little deep dive magnification into some of the pictures online and stuff, and figure out what some of these parts were. One nice thing about it is it comes with an extension that actually will enable you to extend, and sorry for all the mess, we're still, there's a lot going on, but extend the front 2 feet forward, which is pretty nice, and then the whole clamp goes on the front of the extension, so that's pretty nice. So if you have a really long bike, like the sled that I have, you kind of need that length. But I can get away with it, right? I'm going to deal with it because I didn't want to have this be even bigger in here. The nice thing about it is we did determine that when you put this down all the way, it fits in between the tires of my Ram 2500, so you don't have to worry about bending it or breaking it or anything. It actually fits right under the truck, so that's really nice. Just a couple of looks here so you can see, none of this was documented as to, these little pieces as to where they go, but I did figure that out. Wasn't really too bad. They do put these plastic grommets in here to, I guess it's a nice touch on these pipes. These pipes actually hold each one of these segments onto the main piece, right? So you've got the main piece and then a pipe sticking out both ends, and you put that on there, and then you put the pin in there. But they put these plastic parts in the end, and of course you have to drill those out, otherwise there's no chance of getting these pins actually inserted in there. But anyway, real short video again, I apologize, but that's probably a good thing, too long-winded. Just wanted to show you that works out really, really well. Hopefully I'll get to use it soon. I should mention also, it does come with another jack, which is this jack right here, which will be handy for me. It's got a rubber, it's got a rubber plate on the top here, a rubber cover over the top plate, so that I can jack up the back of the chopper while it's up here, and then I won't have to worry about the rear tire hanging off too much. It even came with the ratchet, so that was nice. Although I prefer to use an air ratchet on here, but it did come with that. So a few little nice features. The fit and finish is good. It's good. It's better than the one I bought 25 years ago, but of course it was also double the price. So, I guess inflation and whatnot. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that's how the whole thing worked out. Everything is pretty good, and I will probably see you on the next one when I'm working on finally finishing some of these bike projects, because there's a lot to do. So, as I always say, see you on the next one.